Yes, people, Arsenal with Ash. Arsenal 2, Bayern Munich 2. What a game of football. Had almost everything. I cannot help but feel a bit disappointed though with the result. I did feel like we could win that home leg, obviously the form they're in, but this is the Champions League, man. It's all about moments, individual quality, individual brilliance, and mistakes are punished in this competition. But yeah, it had almost everything. I think obviously the way the game ended up going, a draw isn't the worst result. We go to the Allianz next Wednesday in the away leg, and it's all to play for. We're basically starting 0-0, and whoever wins goes through to the semi-final. But yeah, there was so much going on in that game. Obviously, Saka puts us in the lead. We started off the game really, really well on the front foot. And then Saka, obviously, with a brilliant finish into the bottom corner. It was absolutely beautiful. The Emirates was just electric when that goal went in. And yeah, everything was looking good. Shortly after that, Ben White gets an opening through one-on-one. And for me, that's the turning point. He had to score that. I know he's a defender, but he's one-on-one. He hasn't picked a corner. He's just hit it straight at the keeper. And it was just, and then moments later, is when they catch us from a mistake, in fact. So we've obviously the ball's come back. David Raya's come running out of his goal. I don't know why he's done that. He didn't need to do that because Gabriel had the situation under control. But by doing that, he's so close to Gabriel that Gabriel can't use him as a pass option. So now Gabriel's got to turn. He's got Kane on his back. He's got to turn. He's got to find a pass. To be fair, the pass that he played to Kyrgios should have been quite easy. I don't know whether it was either the pass was too heavy or Kyrgios was a little bit off balance, flat-footed. But either way, the pass was misplaced. And then Sane picks it up. They break on us, and Gnabry gets a goal. It would be him, ex-Arsenal, of course. And then yeah, just like that, we find ourselves at 1-1. It's a bit of a shock because they haven't threatened us the whole start of the game. And then another moment, this is why I wanted Kyrgios not to start this game. I know he's done so well for us, but in those moments, one-on-one, he's never looked comfortable. And a player like Sane, who he thrives at running at defenders and all of that, and he just absolutely ripped him. And then after that, it's just a comedy of errors. Just Jorginho sliding in, not getting enough of the ball, puts Gabriel off, and then Saliba steps across Sane, fouls him, penalty. Harry Kane, as I said, Harry Kane penalty. He's always going to get a penalty here, always does. And he obviously converts it. It was a great pen, to be fair. I do think Raya went a bit early, so it made Kane's job so much easier, and he just passes it into the side, to the bottom corner. And that's 2-1. Just like that, we're 2-1 down. After that, obviously, we battled well. We controlled most of the game, but it was just on the counter. They looked like such a threat, with the likes of Sane, especially Harry Kane dropping into the pockets, picking out passes to the wide men. It was quite frustrating, but obviously we got in at the break 2-1. Luckily, because Sane did go through in on goal. Ben White with a great recovery run, and Odegaard helping to nullify that attack. And then yeah, second half, Mikel makes the changes. He brings in Chenko one at half-time for Kyrgios. At that moment, I was thinking, it's a bad substitution, man. If Kyrgios not even great defensively in wide areas, Zinchenko, for me, is even worse. Obviously, he's got a bit more on the ball, but even with that lately, he's not been great. So yeah, I was a bit concerned about that. But in the end, Zinchenko done all right. He did do all right. He helped us control the game a lot more. He did still misplace some of his passes, slowed down the game a little bit, but I'd rather him slow down the game than force passes all game. And then there's a high turnovers, because on the transition, they were just a massive threat. I think defensively, he done okay. There was one moment where he got caught out by a crossfield pass from Eric Dyer. Luckily, Coman was offside. But yeah, he done all right. He done all right. So that was a good substitution. And then obviously, who came on? Jesus and Trossard, double substitution. Jesus, as soon as he came on, his first touch, sharp, just done the layoff to Odegaard. And I said, yeah, he's here to make a difference. And then obviously, he got that moment in the box where he's jinked past a couple of men, lays it off to Trossard. Trossard, bottom corner. One chance, one goal with that guy there. He's the best finisher at the club. and we're back in it 2-2 with about 10 minutes to go. And yeah, at that moment, it's like, can we get a third? Can we go on to win? Take a lead to the Allianz, but also be careful. Don't concede. Don't go down. Don't lose the game. And then we had that moment in the last minute where Partey plays Saka through, and Saka goes over. The whole place is gone crazy. The referee straight away wipes it away, said, nah, no penalty, no penalty. We're fuming. I couldn't believe that he didn't give that. And then obviously the game, all of a sudden he's ended the game, and then everyone's like, what's happening? Is there going to be a VAR check? Are we going to go back to it? But then he's just walking off the pitch with his officials as quick as he can. Everyone's booing him. It's an absolute disgrace. And then seeing it back, a lot of people were saying, oh, Saka played for it, left his foot in. But if you look at it, Neuer does stick a leg out. He sticks a leg out and catches Saka. Yes, Saka might have played for it a little bit, but who doesn't? Like, you see that all the time. So for me, it's a penalty, and we've been done there. But decisions made, ends in a draw, and like I said, because of the fact that there's no away goals anymore, next week's game is basically 0-0. So we start from there. If it ends a draw, it goes extra time and penalties. But yeah, I'm confident. I can see us going there and doing a job. Obviously, you could tell we were a little bit naive, a little bit nervous in that game. Obviously, it's our first Champions League quarter-final for this squad, these young players. Arteta the same, against a big club. Whether they're in bad form or not, they're still used to these occasions. They're a massive club, won Champions Leagues before, so they know how to go about it. And obviously, they've got loads of quality in their team, regardless. So yeah, I think we obviously gave a good account of ourselves. Mistakes were punished, but apart from that, I think we done all right. Obviously, there was another moment in the game where Tuchel was kicking off after the game, saying how they should have had a penalty. And at first, so when it happened in the ground, I thought to myself, I wasn't quite sure what happened. I thought the ref blew the whistle and Gabriel went to take the goal kick, but obviously handled it to put the ball down. But then I saw Musiala complaining. I was thinking, I think we might have got away with something there, because the ref has just not given anything. Anyway, the game's gone on. After the game, I see Tuchel's complaining. But obviously, on first look, I was like, yeah, we've got away with something there. But then when I think about it, common sense, the ref has taken common sense into play. We take our goal kicks, we always take our goal kicks like that when we're playing out from the back, where the centre-back, either Gabriel or Saliba, plays it to Raya, and then we're off. We start play. So obviously that's what's happened. Raya's given the ball to Gabriel. It looks like he's passed it to him because he's done it with his feet, but he's given it to him to take the goal kick and restart the play. And yeah, it's not like there's been an unfair advantage for us, or Bayern's lost out on anything. They weren't even pressing us. They were outside the ball, like they weren't even ready to press us. So we didn't gain anything from doing that. They didn't lose out on anything. It was just, some would call it like a bit of a brain fart or a lack of concentration from Gabriel. But yeah, it could be a number of things. You might not have heard the whistle because obviously the stadium was obviously the stadium's loud. But yeah, if he was to give that, if the referee was to give that, that would have been massively controversial. You see incidents like that all the time. If a referee gives a free kick, blows his whistle to take it, and then the taker goes and positions the ball in a different area, he's never going to give a handball for that and give it a free kick the other way. So yeah, I think in the end, common sense prevail. You don't really see that a lot with referees, but I think that was a good decision. I don't think he could have given a penalty for that. That would have been crazy. But yeah, we move Villa on the weekend, back to the title race, and then we go to the Allianz. Got to prepare for that, and see how we get on. Hopefully we can get through to the semi-finals. My player ratings, I'm going to start with the goalkeeper, so David Raya, of course. He didn't have much to do, but when he did, I think he wasn't great. So obviously with the first goal, I think he caused that error. So yeah, he did not need to come out that far. He by doing that, he cut off a passing option for Gabriel, which obviously led to him giving the ball away, and then they scored. Obviously the penalty, I think he went too early. He allowed Kane to just slot it into the bottom corner because he's gone too early. He's made up his mind for him. And yeah, apart from that, he didn't have much to do, but those two were big moments in the game. So I'd probably give him 5 out of 10, 5 out of 10 at best. Ben White, obviously he had a great chance. He's a defender. We don't expect, when he's not there to score goals, but it is a big chance. Apart from that, I think he done all right. A couple of times, little sloppy passes. But yeah, he done all right. Made that great recovery challenge on Sane to stop him from scoring. So yeah, I don't feel I can give him more than a 6 out of 10. The same with the centre-backs. I think Saliba looked a bit nervous at times. Obviously, he gave away the penalty, but then he was also brilliant at bringing the ball out from the back. He done that quite a lot. Defensively, he was strong when dealing with Kane. But again, we've made 2 mistakes and conceded 2 goals. So can't give him more than a 6. The same with Gabriel. Can't give him more than a 6. Similar reasons to Saliba. Kivior, he just got dealt with. Sane absolutely dealt with him. He loved that challenge. That was so easy for him. He just ripped him to shreds. And that's what I was worried about before the game. So yeah, he probably, it sounds harsh, but you can't get more than a 3 out of 10 probably. He didn't do anything. And he got absolutely ripped to shreds. Off at half time as well. Jorginho didn't have the best of games. He was quite easy to bypass in the transitions, which we know anyway. Didn't really affect the game on the ball too much. I can't give him more than a 5 out of 10 as well. Declan Rice, not his best game for us. He obviously worked hard. When he went back into 6, I think he was a lot better. But the thing is, he might have actually been playing with the handbrake on a little bit, because obviously we knew if he got a yellow card, he'd miss the second leg. So yeah, can't give him more than a 6 out of 10. I think Odegaard was brilliant. He's the one that seized the occasion and played his game, tried to get us ticking. I thought he was really good on the night. Yeah, just at his silky best. Like, he was just ticking that ball around, trying to create openings. So yeah, I'd give him a 7.5 out of 10. I thought he was good. And then the front three, Saka, I think he was back to his best. The last few games he's been really quiet. You can see he's been playing with an injury. Even though it was the same today, he was proper up for it from the off. Alphonso Davies couldn't handle him. I think he got a yellow card within the first 10 minutes. He got fouled non-stop. Obviously, he got a brilliant goal. Unlucky to not get a penalty at the end. And yeah, I think he had a really good performance. So I'd probably give him an 8 out of 10. Martinelli on the other side didn't do anything really. To be fair to him, we didn't really play to his side. Most of our attacks were on the right to Saka. So you can't really blame him for that. But even when he had it, he didn't really affect the game. They dealt with him really well. And then he was substituted for Trossard. So can't give him more than a 5 out of 10. Kai Havertz worked hard as usual. Didn't really have many chances. Linked the play quite well here and there. But didn't really affect the game much. When he dropped into midfield, I think he helped a lot in terms of the transitions, because obviously he's more athletic than Jorginho. So yeah, 6.5 out of 10 I'll give to Kai. Substitutions. Zinchenko, like I said, he done all right when he came on. I'm still a little bit undecided as to whether it was a good performance or an okay performance. I don't think I can give him more than a 6 out of 10. Mate, I think I'm even a little bit harsh. Maybe a 6.5 out of 10 in terms of how we improved in the second half. There was a lot down to him. Jesus, magnificent. As soon as he came on, sharp. They couldn't handle him. Twisting and turning at his best, his jinky best. Created the goal. It was just fearless. You just know he just thrives in this competition, and they just couldn't handle him. I'd definitely start him next week at the Allianz. I think he could be the difference. So I'll give him an 8 out of 10. And Trossard, 1 chance, 1 goal. Best finisher at the club. He's brilliant. Always affects the game. Well, not always, sorry. I'm going a bit too far there. But he always seems to get a goal or an assist or does something. Always has a moment. And you can't ask for more than that, especially for someone that doesn't start all the games. He's frequently a sub. So yeah, brilliant finish. Got us a draw. I'd give him a 8 out of 10 as well. But yeah, I think Partey came on as well. Didn't really have much to do to affect the game. Can't really rate him. And I think that was it. Did Eddie come on? I think did Eddie come on? I can't actually remember. But yeah, like I said, we move on to Villa at the weekend. Stay tuned for that match preview. Like, comment, share, subscribe, all that stuff, please. Will be really appreciated. Thank you for everyone that's supported so far. And yeah, we move. Let's go. Come on, you Gunners.